In this video tutorial, I will show you how to customize your map route using Map Route Generator. Open the Project 4K or Full HD and import your map or your image. You can use any map resolution. However, I suggest you to use the higher. Now you can place your map into the composition called Your Map Here. Scale it down if necessary and always remember to switch it to 3D. Open the Map Animation comp and start the Map Route Generator script. If you installed the script correctly into the Scripts UI Panels folder, it should now be visible on the Window menu. Click on it. You can move the script window as you prefer, or you can dock it. The first thing you need to do is to add the locators on your map. You can add as many locators as you want, simply by pressing the Add Locator button. Once you have placed a locator, you can move it to the desired position and change its name. In this example, I will place 5 locators for my animation. Now use a multiple selection to select all locators, keeping in mind that the selection order is very important. Let's say, for example, I want to start my travel from Brazil, go through South Africa, Italy, Spain, and arrive in the United States. The correct selection order will be Brazil, South Africa, Italy, Spain, United States. Press the Create Path button, and the path will be immediately created. This path can be considered as a reference because you're free to adjust it as you want. For example, you could select a vertex point to enable the handles and move them to adjust the curvature, but you can also detach a vertex from its locator position and even create new vertices on the path. When you're satisfied with the result, press the Confirm button to recreate the path according to your changes. If you created new vertices on the path, they will be considered as new locators. But don't worry, as you will see later, the locators can be hidden if needed. To begin with, switch to the Cam tab. Here you can change the altitude and the distance of the camera using the corresponding sliders. The current animation uses the Follow Path method, but if you prefer, you can change the camera animation to Rotate Around Tracker. In this way, the camera will rotate around the tracker for the entire duration of the animation. The third option is the Free Camera. Using this option, the script algorithm will randomly choose the camera movement. In this case, the altitude and distance sliders can't be used, because the camera position has been chosen randomly. If you don't like the randomly generated movement of the camera, you can press the Random Seed button for generating a new camera animation. So, with Random Seed, you can create unlimited combinations. Remember, if you change the camera animation style and you return back to Free Camera, the camera animation will not be the same as the last one. Another very useful option of Map Route Generator is the possibility of changing the duration of the animation. In this case, for example, if the animation is too fast, you can simply increase the animation duration by replacing the current value. After typing your new value, press the No Stop Animation button. You can also decide to stop your tracker when it arrives at a location. For example, if you want the tracker to stop just in South Africa and Italy, I have to select the South Africa and Italy locators, then press the Stop on Selected Points button. The tracker will stop in the selected locators for 3 seconds. To increase or decrease the stop duration, simply change the Stop on Point value, then press the Stop on Selected Points again. If you want to go back to the No Stop animation, simply press the corresponding button. Now, to use the Stop on Points function again, you just need to press the Stop on Selected Points without selecting the stop points, because they have already been stored in the project. If you want to reset or change the stop points, press the Reset Stop Points button. Let me show you another example. In this map, starting from point A, I want to follow the road, stop on point B, and reach point C. So I have to create and place my 3 main points and create the raw path. Add more vertices on the path to have a better control of the path shape. Move the handles to adjust the curvature. Press the Confirm button to recreate the path. Let's select the top point and press the Stop on Selected Points button. Now that the animation is ready, you can modify and add further options. Move on the third tab, Options. The Tracker style allows you to select a different tracker, or to use a custom tracker. To create a custom tracker, open the Trackers folder and then the Custom Composition. You can place your tracker here, or you can create it from a shape. Just be careful to place it in the center of the composition and turn it to 3D. Go back to the Map Animation composition and select the custom tracker in the script. If you want to resize the tracker, change its scale from the Map Animation composition. If you don't want to use a tracker in your animation, do not remove it from the composition. Just hide the layer, or leave the custom tracker composition empty and select it in the script. The Dotted Path checkbox switch your line path from solid to dotted. With Path Color, you can change the color of it. The Thickness slider can be used for changing the thickness of the line. With Enable Shadow, you can decide whether to keep the shadow below the line in the tracker or not, and adjust the shadow distance with the corresponding slider. The DOF checkbox enables the depth of field, always keeping the tracker in focus. At this point, you can replace the current locators with a pin. Select the locators that you want to change. Set the pin style from the menu and press the OK button. As for the tracker, if you want to use your custom pin, you need to open the Pins folder and then the Custom Pin composition. You can place or create your pin here. If you want to create a horizontal pin, place it in the center of the composition and turn it to 3D. Now you can select your custom pin in the script. If you want to create a vertical pin, move its anchor point on the base, place it in the center of the composition, turn it to 3D, Then rotate the X rotation by 90 degrees. It is in any case very important not to change the size of the pin composition. In this example, I used the locators to adjust my curves, so I don't need to add pins on them, and I proceed to hide them. Very important, if you don't want to use one of the layers created or controlled by the script, do not remove it, but simply hide it. Now, if you need to scale a pin up or down, use the scale property of the map animation comp and the rotation properties to rotate it in case, for example, the position of the camera is from the side of the pin. Speaking about the pins, if you want to change their colors, you have to navigate into the Pins folder. Then open the pin composition that you want to use and select the color control layer. Here you can change all colors to create your own style. In addition to the pin, you can also add texts or informations. This template contains 20 different text styles subdivided into Description tab, Double text line, Image tab, Single text line. You can see a fast preview of these styles opening the text preview composition, where you can choose the style that you prefer to insert into the animation. Imagine that you want to use for all points the double text line called To Texts Style 1. Well, open the Info tabs folder, then open the Double Text Line subfolder. Here you can find the composition called To Texts Style 1. Open it and select the Color Controls layer to customize the colors. Now duplicate this comp by pressing Ctrl+D for PC or Command+D for Mac. Start with the first one. Replace the title and the subtitle. Do the same with the other callouts just created. Go back to the map animation comp and import these callouts into the comp. Now use a multiple selection, select one callout and the corresponding locator, and press the Connect Info tab with selected pin. The callout will be placed exactly in the same position as its locator. As for the pins, you can scale or rotate callouts. For example, if you want to place the callout horizontally, you just have to set the X rotation to 0. Otherwise, if you want to rotate the callout on its Y-axis, use the Y rotation control. Let's have a look at the animation. As you can see, all pins and info tabs appear at the same time. Just press the Align Info Tabs and Pins Starting Time button to synchronize with the tracker position. Map Route Generator also allows to place image tabs. Inserting an image is very easy. Open one of the image tab compositions, for example, the composition called Image tab Style 5. The gray shape represents the area where your image will appear, so import your image into the comp, then scale and move it in order to cover the gray shape. Now, as you have already done, import the Image tab into the animation map composition and connect it to the selected point. If you have Element 3D plugin installed, with MapRoute Generator you can use a 3D model as a tracker. Press the Create Element 3D Tracker Asset button. The script creates a layer with the Element 3D effect applied, and all the settings required to work with the project. When you create an Element 3D Tracker layer, the default 2D Tracker layer will be hidden. Now open the Element 3D scene and import your OBJ or Cinema 4D file. It is important to know that only objects and models in Group 1 work with MapRoute Generator, so do not add new groups. Switch the camera view to left and move your model on the Y-axis to place its base above the ground plane. If you want to create a matte shadow in the scene, simply add a plane object. Place it below your 3D model, then select the material and tick the Matte Shadow checkbox. Press the OK button. Depending on the model, you could get the tracker facing in a wrong direction. In this case, go to Particle Look, Particle Rotation, and change the rotation value. Adjust the size of the tracker on Particle Look, Particle Size. Now using the script, disable the 2D shadow and enable the Element 3D shadows in the Render Settings tab. We don't see a shadow because no lights have been placed in the scene yet. So go to Layer, New, Light. Choose Parallel and enable the Cast Shadows option. Move the light position as you like it. As you can notice, the light also affects the other 3D layers. If you want to exclude them from the light emission, select the layer, press the A key twice to show the material options, and turn the Accept Lights to Off. Now the animation is ready, so you can choose the intro animation you prefer, open the folder called Final Animation, and open one of the available styles, for example the comp called Studio. In this intro animation, you can also place your logo or an image in the laptop screen. So in order to change it, you have to open the composition called Your Logo Here and replace the current image with yours. Before launching the render, you need to set the background under the map. So go back to the map animation composition and enable the Studio background layer. Obviously, if you want to use other intro animations, you have to select the corresponding background. Now go back again to the Studio composition, set the end of the work area, and add it to the render queue. In case you need to make other changes in the future, before closing the script, press the Save Data button and all project information will be stored in the script. When you reopen the script and need to work on the same project, simply press the Load Data button. If you want to restart the project from scratch, just press the Reset button. Then you can decide whether to delete everything or keep the locators in their current position. That's all. Thanks for watching.